Okay, so before I take my hair out, I'm thinking I might do my hair myself. I definitely want to take this out because it's too much for my scalp. I'm gonna get some little individual braids. Um, so I just started the introduction to the Artist Way, and that means that I'm putting myself back in creative recovery. So also I was talking to ChatGPT. Oh, why did it turn off? I don't know if it's gonna stay playing. Like sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I'm so confused. Like, why aren't you staying on? But okay. Internal supervisor. Actually, I'm gonna clear soul. Okay, so we asked ChatGPT for an about me. I'm just asking for questions because I am not in the place to give a pitch right now. Okay. The first question is, who am I beyond my titles? What makes me me? I would think the biggest thing that makes me me is my mind, my thoughts, the calmness I find in my thoughts, like in my solitude. I find calmness in listening to music and writing poetry. Find calmness in my body, my spirit, keeping them clean and healthy. So whether that means my space, give myself safe space, or eating healthy, or stretching, meditating, give myself rest. Yeah. I love style. I love history. I love telling stories. Creative direction, artistic direction. Yeah, those are my titles. So, when did you feel? What do you feel called to express in this lifetime? The first thing that comes to my mind is my power. I think that ever since I was young, my mom taught me how powerful it is to be a black woman. And I've always, not idolized, but I've always felt that strength. So I would say that that's what I'm called to express in this lifetime, because I've been drawn to that and inspired by it my whole life. When did I first fall in love with music, art, or storytelling? I keep going back to this time when I was younger, and I lived in Collegeville. I had a computer, a Microsoft computer, like one of the big computers with big old screens and in the box on the bottom. There was a black desk, we had a keyboard, and it was right at the bottom of my steps in my first house. Like I have 2 houses. I have 3 houses that I've lived in my life, but the first house was, I was a baby. I moved to the second house for like kindergarten through 2nd grade, and then 3rd house I'm still in. So my second house, that sounded so stable. Like I didn't move around a lot. Like I be thinking like, hey, I wish my mom would move me here. Da, da, da. But like all my close friends are here, where I'm from, and there's more for me to meet outside of that. But back to the question: Yeah, so the computer was right at the bottom of the stairs at my second house in Collegeville on Stephanie Lane. And I would sit there and watch YouTube all day. It's still something I do, like I've done it all my life, but I would sit there and watch YouTube all day and try to learn the dances. I remember memorizing Super Bass, 3rd grade. Like I was like, girl, like yes, like I still know that song to this day. Super Bass. I loved Avril Lavigne, Katy Perry's I Guess the Girl and I Liked It. Single Ladies, I remember that video of them climbing up the wall and then eventually finding out one of the guys was a transgender man. Like, that's so crazy. But like they really killed it. Like they really killed that. Like B did her big one, like her look with the bump. Like I remembered that from my childhood, sitting at that computer. I remember hurting myself one time trying to do some dance. I don't remember if Who Runs the World was out at this time, but that was another song by Beyonce. Biggest song that influenced this era was Zion by Lauryn Hill. My mom told me when I was younger, like, I think you would like her. And then she put me on a Zion, and I didn't really get into her like catalog until later on in my life, like to really understand it. But that song, and I wasn't a mom, like I had a mom, but To Zion was that song for me. Itty Bitty Piggy and Single Ladies was the ones I remember. Then I would watch a lot of Pink. A lot of JoJo. What was that guy's name? Oh my gosh. Jody McCartney or something like that. Justin Bieber. Miley Cyrus. Like, my names are just so outlandish but mixed. Like, yes, I was raised in the burbs, so it makes sense. I can't really think of no more names, but that is definitely when I first fell in love with music. I would take road trips with my mom to our family in South Carolina and listen to, she would have CDs. So the CDs that she had, I remember, were, she had one Tank one. I didn't like that one. Then the two that we would listen to on repeat was K. Michelle, Hand Raised, and A Mother's Prayer. I pray that you never have a broken heart. That was my song. Like, love that down. And then we had Adele's album. I forget which one it was, but it's the one where her whole face is on the CD. You know what? We probably lost all those CDs when she gave up that car. But they were still in the car, and I had the car until recently. Just thought about that, but yeah. Next question. What's the thread that connects your passions? Music, fashion, and healing, I guess, spirituality. I think that they are ways that I have healed. In my life, I have used music and like my style as confidence. Like, I've found confidence in stories from music and from like the way I would dress in a day, and then it started going into like my interest of like, oh, I actually like this artist, how they do their style, like, and it kind of motivated me to say like, I want that too. Like, I want to be able to express myself and not be a brand, but like, I was thinking of it as a brand, but just being artistic, and you can see me when you look at me. Like, there's nothing about me that you'll be able to miss. Like, I just show as soon as you look at me. What emotions do you want your art and brand to evoke in others? I want people to feel power, strength, community, safety, connection. reflection, progress, growth, standing, something like that. Like you're standing in your power. And power can look like weakness at some point. So I feel like standing is power. Like being still, I want people to understand the power in that, because I think that that's something that I've struggled with. Like allowing life to just take me and flow me wherever I'm gonna go, and then maybe coming back to something that I didn't learn and collecting what I've gathered and then taking it somewhere else, but always having a center within yourself. And I feel like that's something that I've always had, even if I didn't feel like I had it. So what's your favorite part of creating? Beginning, middle, or end? My favorite part of creating, beginning is the hardest part for me. But I think that I love beginning because it's like, ooh, like yes, like wow, I'm starting something, and then I'll quickly in the middle get like a boredom, or like I disconnect from myself at a point. So and then in the end, I think that it all ties it back together, because like you fall apart in the middle, and it's like putting something together to fall apart, and then in the end you see the entirety of what you started. That's the best way I can explain that. How do you want people to feel when they engage with your work? I've already said this, like strong, passionate, guided. What is a project or piece you made that still moves you? My first thing I made was a flip bag. Like it was fur on the inside and then like a dust bag on the outside. I still have that. I really don't know. Like I don't think I've made, besides DJing, like DJing and like songs, those are the main things. Yes. Now that I think about it, like I'd be like, wow, but that's just a new thing. I tried to think back, but I feel like great after finishing a song, and it flows so easily. Like I don't get bored. I may like stop and like come back to it later and then get a different perspective. But what rituals help you tap into your creativity? I would say definitely getting out of my bed, making sure my room is clean, lighting candles, sage, eating healthily, checking in with my body, movement, stretching, and also like just saying I'm gonna do something and doing it. What's something you're learning or experimenting with right now? The learning something and then doing it, like the act of taking something in and then allowing it to go out, because I think that sometimes I hold on to things. How has heartbreak, solitude, or transformation shaped your art? It's made it very fragile, very vulnerable, and I think there's power in that. I think that it's definitely given me drive and confidence, because we were at your lowest point, and what does freedom look like for you? I asked this question earlier. Freedom is just like literally being able to do what feels good, like whether that be like just getting out of bed, stretching, literally just doing it, like making music, like doing whatever I want, like without like questioning myself or being like, oh girl. That's what freedom looks like. Where are you currently softening with yourself? Um, I would say like I've been dressing myself a lot more and like softer things. So I have a dress on today, and I'm in the house, which I would never do. I would usually like wear like sweatpants or like something like that. I'm cleaning. Um, so like self care, like cleanliness, clean space always, clean body, clean spirit, like letting things flow. Where are you learning to stand taller? In my affliction, in my contradiction, in my struggles, in my trauma, I think that I'm learning to stand tall, like, and face it, and be like, hey, you don't control me, like, nothing controls me, and I don't control you, where we can look at each other and see it from a different point of view, you know, and that's what that is for me. What does worthiness mean to you now? That's a hard question. Worthiness, I believe it means where am I going? Like, what am I doing on the daily that is taking me somewhere? Is that something worthy of acknowledgement or commemoration? Like, I would say like graduation, like it's not an immediate, oh, you're gonna get something. It's not a fast thing. It's more like a mental, like, wow, I really did that. Yeah, sometimes those things get hard. But how has your spirituality influenced your creativity? I think my spirituality is my creativity. I think that without it, I would not be connected to my creative. Like, I find myself doing things that I didn't know I could do. Like, I'm really good at poetry. I've been writing poetry for a long time. And I think that is what makes me feel so confident in music. So, what beliefs are you unlearning about success, love, or identity? All love doesn't stay, but I don't think it disappears either. That's what I'm learning. The same with success and the same with identity. Like, it's a constant cycle of like losing it, getting it back, losing it, getting it back, losing it, getting it back, and holding it for a while, losing it again, then getting it back, losing it, getting it back. Like it's like you have to allow yourself to break down in order to, you know, I don't know, something I'm learning. What are you reclaiming in this chapter of your life? I'm reclaiming myself, my sense of self, my identity, meaning like my natural hair, my natural body, loving those things, loving me naturally and feeding my spirit, loving where I am, loving where I'm going, loving what I'm doing, my voice and knowing myself, knowing who I am, my character, not allowing outside perspectives to shift that. So yeah. What are you building or dreaming into reality right now? I'm definitely building and dreaming of, you know, being a great artist, a great, like, one of the most known voices in the world. It sounds far-fetched when I say it, but I just feel that, like, looking at my microphone, that's what I feel. Looking at my things that I've accomplished, like with school and stuff, like thinking back to that. Yeah. What do you hope your legacy will be as an artist and human? But I just did my big one. Like, I never stopped. I always showed up. I always kept going. I never quit despite the hardest of challenges, despite like Like, I just always showed up. Like, my mind was resilient. And I did great things. Like, I told great stories. I created great stories. I created great things, experiences, feelings. So that was that. 20 minutes and 22 seconds. Thank you for coming to my About Me.